to log on, get live on YouTube, and we will be good to go. Welcome. Greetings, Divine Radiance. Welcome to your Wednesday Live Empower Hour with me, Nahkila Isha of Ashworth Life Sculpting. I am a divine interpreter, interpreting messages and methods from divine that empower you to create and live an abundant life. So welcome. Those of you that have joined us over on Facebook, I have included the link to our YouTube if you'd like to join in on the live convo, because if you're leaving comments on Facebook, I'm not seeing them because I'm actually live over on YouTube. So although we're streaming live, I'm reading the comments on YouTube. So go ahead and look in that description box in the Facebook welcome post and then click the link and join us over here, okay? And welcome those of you that are here with us on YouTube. Thank you again for joining. Before we get started, if you have not subscribed to the channel already, please do so. And if this video resonates with you on any level, to give it a thumbs up so that we can make sure that the messages that Spirit delivers to all of us can be seen by others that are, scrolling on YouTube. That's how the videos get seen, is by your likes, your comments, and your shares. So let's see what's going on. Now, I know Alatha was first today. I didn't realize there's 11 people on YouTube. And when I looked at how long I've been talking, it was 1 minute and 11 seconds. So no coincidences there. But I didn't realize I set it up so that over here on YouTube, you guys weren't waiting for me to log in on all the other Facebook channels. So I didn't know you guys could see that frozen screen. So if that happens next week, just know it's not frozen. You're in the right place. Everything's all good. So welcome. Hi, my beautiful aunt. Hi, Bree. Hi, Naya. Hi, Victoria. Hi, Staria. Hi, Kyria. Hi, Mimi and Alexa. And let's see, Cheryl, Nicole, Dinell. Welcome, welcome. So I am going to pull a card for Alatha, because if you are the first person live on YouTube, you get a personal card. And then we'll go into our breathing and we'll go into the messages for us collectively, okay? So let me just see. And instantly I was waiting for Spirit to tell me which deck to pull for you, Alatha, and I got the self-care deck. So let's see what the message is for Alatha. Okay. Message for Alatha. Oh, you got pleasure. Do something just for fun. Pleasure is one of life's essential nutrients. I just heard a lot that you've been working hard, but don't forget about you. And as I heard, don't forget about you, I also heard your self-care. Self-care and you came in at the same time, but of course I can't say it at the same time. So Spirit is saying you is just literally you doing fun things that make you happy on the inside, things that allow you to connect to your inner child. And your self-care is like your spiritual routines and rituals and those things that keep you spiritually grounded, emotionally, mentally grounded as well. So Spirit is saying take time out for you. Even though life gets hectic, don't forget about you. And I just asked, was there anything else? And I just heard you're doing a great job. And don't forget to expect miracles. Continue to expect miracles. Don't look at the positives that happen in your life as just a right now thing. Start to claim it as this is all the time. This miracles just flow to me. Abundance flows to me. Productivity, progress, it flows to me easily and effortlessly. Okay, thank you. I heard. Okay, that's it. That was quick, sweet, short, and to the point. So let's go ahead and get started. So for those of you that have joined us before, we do this every Wednesday. We focus on our breathing first. And what I'm going to be doing is sending Reiki to your heart chakra and your solar plexus. And as you're breathing, what I'd like you to do is inhale love and light, slow and deep through your nose, and exhale all the things that are no longer serving you slowly out of your mouth. Now, if you are focusing on something specific, you can focus on that, releasing that as you exhale. Or if you just like to focus on all that's not serving you, then you can do that too. Okay, so go ahead and close your eyes and let's go ahead and get started with the breathing. So inhale slow and deep through your nose, love and light. And exhale out through your mouth, releasing all that's no longer serving you. Again, inhaling that love and that light in through your nose. and release. And as you continue to breathe, I call on highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, ascended masters, guardians, grandmothers, grandfathers, and helpful companions, all of highest light and love. I ask that you fill this space. I thank you for using me as a vessel of highest light and love. I thank you for giving me a message to deliver to those I'm called to serve. May their hearts, their minds, and their souls be open to receive, and so it is. So just go ahead and continue to breathe in that love and light, in through your nose, and release. And as you continue to breathe, allow your crown chakra to open, located at the top of your head, opening your crown chakra now, allowing that divine love and light to pour in through your crown, and just feeling it flow down into your third eye, extending out to your ear chakras, down into your throat, loosening and releasing all that's not serving you, down into your heart, your sacral, or your solar plexus, then your sacral, your root, feeling that divine love and light pouring down your legs into your feet, and feeling your feet begin to grow roots, penetrating Mother Earth and connecting you to her core. And just allow yourself to connect with the heartbeat of Mother Earth, bringing her divine energy back up through your feet, up to your root, up to your sacral and your solar plexus, up to your heart, your throat, your third eye, your ears, and up and out through your crown. And allow her energy to connect to the divine source of highest light and love, bringing that energy back into your crown and just allowing them to intertwine, filling your entire cellular being, giving you an instant boost in your mood, an instant boost in your confidence, releasing all fear, all worry, and all stress, connecting to your inner divinity and allowing your divine light to shine. So just take a few more breaths in and a few more breaths out. And just set the intention that this divine energy will flow through you throughout the rest of your day. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes and we'll get started. Hey, Diamond, welcome, welcome. Hey, Natalie, welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with pulling a card and we will get this show on the road. So what deck am I going to pull from first? Okay. So how is everyone doing today? How are you all feeling now that we're in spring? Now that we're in the full swing of spring, how is everyone doing? A lot that said, awesome. I am on that vibe totally. I had a conversation with a friend about my faith and knowing all things good is coming my way. I am expecting miracles. Awesome. Collectively as a group. Okay, one more from here or from the bottom. Okay. Which one now? Okay. And also, I don't know if you all saw, but yesterday I went live to do an impromptu message on abundance, and Spirit told me to do that every day for 7 days. But I will tell you, if I don't have a session to do, I will take my shower and I will put my robe on or pajamas or lounge clothes. So a lot of times I don't record, take the one on the bottom, I don't record because I'm not dressed. And so when Spirit told me to do it every day for the next 7 days, I gave you guys a warning, a disclaimer. I am committed, but if I show up in a robe, don't judge me. You know, come as you are. So let's see, one more. Which one? Okay. And also, I know that a lot of you have decided to participate in Meatless May. So there will be, take both, the two bottom. Okay, there will be wait, which ones was that? these are at the bottom. There will be at least one video a day posted every day now through May in the United Light Beings Awakening group, so that you have recipes, so that Meatless May is easy for you. And something that Spirit told me to point out a few days ago when someone was talking about a vegan item that they purchased is the importance of making sure during Meatless May that you also incorporate organic, okay? So the whole thing is, for those of you that are just joining us, we had, I think it was 2 or 3 Wednesday Live and Power Hours ago. I believe it was 2 or 3 ago. Spirit brought the message through. We got a card that's talked about, eating healthy, fueling our body with healthy things so that we can elevate our vibration. And I don't believe we discussed the fact that organic is also very important during this challenge, okay? And organic is not as expensive as you would think. It really isn't. So don't be afraid of that term organic and think, oh, it's going to cost an arm and 2 legs, because it's not. Meat is actually way more expensive than organic vegan items. So I'm super excited. I can't wait to hear how you guys feel as a result of doing this. So keep me posted. The other thing that Spirit told me to start doing is to get the housekeeping out of the way in the beginning, just in case some of you are leaving early for obligations that you have. So there's one thing I'd like to talk to my locals about, those of you that are here in Washington State. There will not be a spiritual happy hour this month in April. However, the last spiritual happy hour will be the 4th Saturday in May. That is the very last spiritual happy hour here locally in Washington State. Now, I have been connecting to Spirit, and I have been considering doing spiritual happy hours virtually when I move and get settled. So also let me know how you all feel about that. And this would be open to everyone, not just locals. So if you're interested in signing up and participating in spiritual happy hour virtually, then I will make it a monthly thing and we'll do it online. But it just depends on you. How many of you are willing to sign up each month will determine if we do that. Also, we have the 2020 Activating You Retreat that I am currently enrolling for. There are 5 slots left. So if you are thinking about going, I would say connect with Spirit, get your answer. And if Spirit says yes, take action, okay? So I'm actually conducting interviews, more like getting to know you energetically to see if you're a match for the retreat and if the retreat is a match for you, and your investment in that interview process will apply to your overall payoff for the retreat, okay? So now that we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with the messages. Now, the first message we got is potential. So what I'm hearing is it's time for you to come into your full potential by allowing yourself to just be. Just be. How often, look at what I just told you guys. One of the things that prevents me from recording is the fact that I don't like clothes. I don't always get dressed, right? But if I was just allowing myself to just be, then you would get a lot more content from me. I would feel a lot better. You would feel a lot better, and everything would be a lot better. So how often do we battle with ourselves and not allow ourselves to just be? Now, it could be a multitude of things. If you're feeling something, how often do you not speak your truth because you're afraid of disappointing or hurting someone or being judged? If you are excited about something, how often do you contain that excitement for reasons outside of self? And what Spirit is saying, one of the ways that you allow yourself to just be is reconnecting with your inner child. We don't really realize how powerful children are, but children really are. The innocence of children and the fearlessness of children really is a great teacher, and we could stand to incorporate some of that into our lives. Now, I'm talking children that are healthy, haven't been traumatized, are able to live their life like it's golden and just be who they are. If you watch children like that, they are so incredibly powerful. Their fearlessness allows them to create miracles in their lives. So Spirit is telling you to connect to your inner child and allow your inner child to be your guide, your inner child before any trauma occurred, okay? Also, Spirit is saying getting in touch with your dreams. Now, this comes up quite a bit, but Spirit is saying your dreams is where your passion lies. Your dreams are where your passion lies. So what would you like to be doing? Do that. There's so many people that are doing what's expected of them. And I believe a message came through about, people that get these college degrees and then they don't do anything with it, right? And I literally had a session with someone that's like, I went to college because it was expected. But now they're living in their purpose. So they spent all this time in college doing something they weren't really passionate about. And Spirit is saying now is the time for you to follow your bliss and live your passion. That's where your purpose lies. Is there anything else? Okay, so I'm hearing you have the potential to change the world, but it starts with you. It starts with you. What's one thing that you are committed to releasing this week? One thing. And if you're feeling led to comment what that is, then please go ahead and do so. If you like to just think about it and keep it to yourself, that's fine too. But what's one thing you're willing to release this week and commit to it? Let me know what that is. Let's see what you guys are saying. Let's see. Let me go back up to check some of the things I missed. Alata said, oh wait, no, I saw that. Cheryl said, I'm doing good. Alata said, we just talked about this yesterday. Victoria said, good, finally home after 12 days on a job. Ooh, was that exciting? Was it a job you love? Or was it a animal job? I know you love the animals too, but I just know you were transitioning. Let me know if it was something you loved, or even if it was not the passion thing, did you enjoy it? Nicole said, loving the beautiful weather and how it makes me feel. Doesn't it just make you feel good? Last night, I had a healing session with Jillian, and she finished her school, her shamanic training. And so she was doing some work on me. And apparently I signed a contract forcibly in a past life. And so yesterday she told me, cancel that contract and then you can burn it, you can throw it away, you can do whatever, right? So I decided to write out canceling that contract, and then I burned it and I went outside to just blow it and let it go off in the atmosphere. And oh my goodness, it just felt so good being outside. It just felt so incredibly good. So what I'd like to tell you all is, now that the weather's changing, use every opportunity you have to go out and ground. And you don't just have to ground by taking your socks and shoes off and being out on grass. You can ground in mud, you can ground in a river, you can ground in the ocean, you can ground in sand. Also, another really beautiful way to ground is if you just lay on the earth. One of the things we do when we go to sweat lodges, before we enter, we literally place our forehead to the earth. And it feels really, really good. I don't know how many of you have done that, but it feels good. Allowing your heartbeat to connect to the earth, allowing your third eye to connect to the earth. It really just gives you this peaceful feeling. So I would suggest grounding with your feet, grounding face down, and then also just laying in the earth, with no blanket, just laying there and feeling that amazing energy flow through you. Let's see. Dynelle said, I'm currently struggling, but good things are coming. Yes. And Dynelle, I did send you an inbox and I'll be reaching out to you again today. Diamond said, I'm catching a delay again, the internet here. And Dynelle, the fact that good things are coming, they will come quicker. And I would just, cancel, delete the currently struggling. I'm overcoming something, and good things are coming. Good things are here now. Alata said, I'm doing good. End of tax season and I can rest more. Definitely been taking care of myself. Good. Natalie said, feeling foggy, just trying to continue to release what no longer serves me. And Natalie, if you say trying, your unconscious hears don't do it. So you're not trying to continue to release, you're choosing to. And sometimes when you are releasing, that fog is a part of it. It's like you go through these periods of being really high vibe, and then you go through these periods where it's just a little foggy, like you're saying. So you're choosing to release. Just keep going. It does get better. Victoria said, Meatless May is on my radar. Awesome. Natalie said, no judgment zone. Yes. robed. It is fluffy, you know, and I was never really a heavy robe person, but my mom had two robes and she gave me one when I went to visit her in California. And I put that robe on all the time. It is so cozy. I absolutely love it. So yes, it's like when I come home, I've always been the person when I come home, first thing I do is get undressed. Even if I'm not going to take a shower right away, you know, I still take my clothes off. I don't just lounge in clothes. Clothes are so uncomfortable, even though a robe is kind of like clothes, but it's loose. So anyways, I'm a little weird. It's okay. Nicole said, no pesticides. Yes. Isa said, meatless May. Desserts. I believe I did share a couple of desserts in those videos that I scheduled to post. I will look for some more and share more because yes, I love sweets too. So I'm going to move on to the next card. Now, this one came in reverse, upside down. So literally what that typically means is there's some sort of block there. This is an area that Spirit is calling for you to really pay attention to, possibly improve, and it's renewal. Renewal. And instantly what I heard is the renewal of contracts. Some of us, we have taken vows of poverty in past lives. Some of us, we have been forced to denounce the light. Some of us have been forced to do things that just don't serve us anymore, but energetically, we're still bound to those things. So just as I described, you know, if you are someone that is dealing with struggling to get out of financial binds, right? Go ahead and write down today, now on today and beyond, I am severing all vows of poverty that I have taken, all vows of poverty that I have signed in this dimension, in this time, in this space, in every dimension, every time, in every space. And so it is. And then you can burn it, you can bury it, you can let it drift off to the sea. I personally like to burn it because when you burn it, it is gone. Once you blow those ashes, it has dissipated. And when I do that, I visualize that whatever was on that paper is now gone. Now you can also do the opposite with things you're choosing to attract, you know, and visualize that it's being blown into the divine's, you know, ears or into the divine's whatever, you know, but you can do that. Now, after you sever these ties, then I'd like you to write a new contract. You know, whatever you're choosing, that's the opposite of what you've just severed. Now, with that, again, you can burn that and visualize it going to the divine, or you can put it in a sacred space. You can put a clear quartz crystal on top, which will amplify the intentions. But Spirit is saying it's time to renew. It's time to renew your contracts, right? So, of course, we have our soul contract that we took, that we agreed to before we entered this earth, right? But we've had several lifetimes, and during those lifetimes, we've learned lessons. And sometimes those lessons were not always warm, fuzzy, and unicorn farts. Sometimes it was pretty horrible, you know? Sometimes we agreed to things that maybe our soul wasn't in alignment with, but we did it out of fear. Nonetheless, those contracts were still valid. So energetically, Spirit is saying, renew your soul, renew your vibration, release whatever those contracts are or were that are no longer serving you. And for some of you, I'm hearing it's time for you to also release people that are in your lives. It's time to let certain people go. Now, the first person that comes to mind when I say that, it's time to let them go. I'm feeling some heart chakra stuff. So someone is either dealing with a heartbreak right now, or the thought of releasing that person or those people that come to mind, the thought of it breaks your heart. However, you will get through it. And what's on the other side of that heartbreak is more blessings, more abundance, more bliss. It's more than what you're receiving now, and it's more in alignment with what you truly desire and deserve. So let's see what you guys are saying. Nicole said releasing insecurity, and so it is. Dynelle said release guilt over releasing a 6-year romantic relationship. Okay, that's what I was feeling. This did not serve my highest good, but the love is still real. So yes, you're definitely on it. You're definitely on it, Dynel. And I see you have the broken heart underneath because I was feeling it. But it will pass. And you know this. Everything I say, you already know it will definitely pass. And you have made the right decision, the decision that serves your highest good. A lot that said, I choose to release all fear and move forward with knowing I am enough. Yes, 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 yes. And I'm being told to tell you, and you are worthy. I am enough. I am worthy. I am worthy because we, when we're thinking in terms of our blocks, it's really important that we get to the root because most of the things that we're feeling, it's surface level, right? Underneath that, what's right underneath that? And then when you get to that emotion, what's right underneath that? And then when you get to that emotion, what's right underneath that? And you keep unpacking the luggage until you get to the root and there's nothing else there. And that's where you heal. So telling yourself you are enough, underneath that, it's not feeling worthy, right? So you got to remember and understand you're worthy. You're worthy. So tell yourself, I am worthy. I am enough. I am deserving, right? Yeah, speak life into yourself. Hey, mom. My mom texted me this morning and said, I'm not going to be on Empower Hour because I have a dentist appointment. But she says, getting ready to drive. Love you. I love you too. Bree said, I just spent 2 hours at the park on the swing watching water flow. It was phenomenal. Awesome. Now, you guys know last week, Spirit was saying to go out, go by water and pay attention to water and how it flows and how it operates so that we can learn how to be in flow. How many of you did that? And if so, what did you realize? And what did you take from that you can apply to your life? And I'm going to go ahead and go to the next card. So we got dependability. Dependability. Okay, what I just heard is it's time for you to start depending on your spirit team to guide you. It's just time. What are you doing attempting to do this all by yourself? Why? Why would you do that to yourself? You have an entire spirit team that is here with bells on, waiting to guide you, just waiting to take you to exactly where you said you'd like to go. So why do you continue to attempt to do it on your own? I would just tell them spirit would like to know. Spirit would like to know. The spirit inquiring minds would like to know. Why are you doing that to yourself? When you allow yourself to be in flow with the divine, so many doors are open for you. And speaking of flow and being in flow with the divine, the question was asked yesterday, do we really have free will, right? Because the comment was made, it doesn't feel like it because you just got to do what spirit tells you to do anyway, right? And in reality, you don't. I mean, it serves your highest good, but you really don't. You do have free will. But what I was explaining is we have to break down what is free will, right? Our guides, our spirit team of highest light and love, they will guide us, instruct us, and direct us based on what we chose before we entered this human form, right? So when we were just a star seed, stardust, and light, and all that good glittery stuff, when we were that, we made choices, right? We agreed to a path, we agreed to a destination, we agreed to a life. And that life didn't just involve service, but it involved all things beautiful, peaceful, balanced, blissful, right? Abundant. And then when we got here and we started to experience trauma, now we're operating from that place a lot of the time for most of us, most of the time. And so now our choices, our decisions, our behaviors, how we move, it's not really based on free will anymore. It's based on emotions, trauma, false beliefs, pressure, and all these other things. So when spirit intervenes, spirit is intervening to help you stay on track with what you chose when you were actually operating in your free will. So if it feels like you're doing something and you think this is what I want to do, right? and spirit intervenes, it's not that spirit is attempting to take away your free will. Spirit is just saying, wait, hold up, Nahkila, wait. Didn't you say when you were that little cute star being that you were choosing this and you're doing this, and that's not in alignment with that, and that's not going to get you there. So here, do it this way. Now, even in that moment of suggestion from spirit, we still have free will to say yes or no. So we always have free will, but we just got to break it down and remember and understand when we're operating oftentimes as our human selves, there's so many things and so many layers that control how we think, how we feel, and how we move. So your spirit team is so dependable. All you have to do is set the intention, trust, surrender, and take action based on the guidance you receive. That is the formula. Once you do that, life unfolds in beautiful ways. It's really that simple. But when we're operating in trauma, it's not always so easy to trust. It's not always so easy to surrender. And it's definitely not always easy to take action, right? So here comes that worthiness. You got to understand you're worthy. You're worthy. I'm hearing you're worthy to be saved. You're worthy to be saved. And what are you being saved from? You're being saved from the illusions. You're being saved from the pain, the sadness, the worry, the fear, the stress. You're worthy to live a blissfully abundant life. But you got to believe that. Because if you don't believe it, you're going to always make choices that sabotage that from being your reality. So let's see what you guys are saying. Bree said, we love your weird. Thank you, because I am captain of the weird squad and I love weird too. So Victoria said, pet care is amazing. I'm not transitioning out of it. Building my work with women separately. I miss being away from my family, but my clients are so full of love. It's very fulfilling. Awesome. Awesome. Alexa said unicorn farts. Yes, it's not always about unicorn farts. Naya said, yes, my auntie passed and I wanted to heal the relationship with her daughter, but she has narcissistic behaviors. Okay. I was just told to tell you, Naya, that your aunt says she'll come around. But also what Spirit was saying is for you to lead by example. And there comes a point on your journey where you have the choice to understand that sometimes we were plopped in a family, not to be the black sheep, but to be the light, right? And not everyone is ready for that light. But what we do is we just live by example, and eventually they'll come around, setting the intention that if it serves their highest good and yours, they'll come around. And also remembering that coming around doesn't always mean in this lifetime, because in spirit realm, time is not the same as how we perceive it to be. So you could simply be planting seeds that is going to help her on her next journey. And I'm also sending you lots of love and light and prayers for your family. Alata said, I am worthy. Nina said, lots of heartbreak, but I am keeping my feet on the ground. I am sending you lots of love and light. Yeah, because I'm still feeling some heart chakra stuff right now, but not as much as when that renewal card came up. And just, here's the thing for us to understand, right? And you guys know, I shared with you, I went through a divorce. It was finalized last December. And oftentimes when we meet someone, and Nina, I don't know if this is in relation to a significant other or just heartbreak in general, but this is just the message Spirit is telling me to deliver to us collectively. Oftentimes when we select a mate before we have healed and before we have reached that point of maintenance on our spiritual journey, oftentimes that is not the person we end up with, unless we both start to awaken and do all the elevating stuff at the same time. Because once you do that, you can't exist in a toxic or in a low vibrating environment. It just does not work. I've shared with you guys how when I really got serious and really embraced my journey, how I would literally spend 6 hours in a salt bath. I would just, when the water got cold, I'd run some out, run some more. And that was my way. And I kid you not, I'm not exaggerating, 6 hours, sometimes more, in the tub. right? And that was so that I could keep my energy at a certain level, because when you're in an environment where there's toxicity around, it's a weight and it pulls you down. And as you're attempting to elevate, they're doing this and it's not always intentional. So you're just kind of stagnant and you're not really moving, right? So that's why it's really important. There's people that'll be on their journey and they're still healing and they're doing this and that, and then they'll be embarking on love. And that's one of the hardest messages to deliver, but I do anyway when Spirit tells me to, is focus on you, because it's so difficult to be in a healthy union when you're still discovering who you are on a soul level. And then not only that, but until you're really solid on your spiritual path, oftentimes being in a relationship with someone that's not spiritual, it can pull you into their world instead of you either pulling them into yours or combining the worlds together in a way that allows you both to elevate and vibrate at that frequency of highest light and love. So yeah. Danielle said, sending you a big hug full of peace, love, and light, Nina. Nina said, despite the present process, it's good to see you. Good morning. The Wednesday reminder woke me today, and I answered with a smile. Hope all is well. Oh, thank you, Nina. I'm so glad you're here. Let's see. Diamond says, so I'm attempting to watch and am getting distracted with the constant interruptions. Then I just heard Spirit, I think, tell me the interruptions are a sign I'm getting distracted. Okay, so here's the thing. Don't think, no, because Spirit is talking to you. Spirit is guiding you. And it's a really good thing to explore why you're getting distracted. Here's another thing to know. When you are on your journey of self-discovery and awakening, there are energies that will attempt to keep you from doing that. So it can be the simplest thing as disruption in your internet. It's not really the internet. It's an energy that's like, what message is attempting to be, am I being prevented from hearing, right? So even if you got to watch back later when the internet is better or things are better, but once you ask that question and you recognize there's something attempting to keep me from receiving, it usually clears up. So, Diamond said, time to meditate on some things. I'll watch the replay. Have a great day, everyone. Yes, you have a great day too. After you watch the replay, let me know what that message was that you were meant to receive, okay? So let's go ahead and go to the next card. It says, the best thing about every financial meltdown, global or otherwise, is learning that whatever was lost can be recreated, exceeded, and made better than it was before. Hold on loosely, the universe. Okay, so although this card is talking about finances, right? This can also be applied to anything in our lives. So Spirit is saying, hold on loosely. Don't hold on too tight, because when something is leaving, then there's a space there. And Spirit's not going to leave you with these unfilled spaces. So if Spirit is removing something, Spirit is making way for something better. And if you're led by Spirit to release something or let it go, then it's going to be better. It's going to be better if you allow Spirit to bring better in. Now, if you let it go and you're fighting it the whole way, and then when you replace it with something that's not necessarily Spirit-led, then you're going to get more of the same. And that just means more lessons, right? But when Spirit prompts you to let something go, allow it to be released. Trust and know that whatever leaves my life will be replaced with better and with more that serves my highest good. Now, even when it comes to money, whenever I spend, I say, whatever I put out comes back to me tenfold in ways known and unknown and does harm to none, right? So it's all about claiming. It's all about not just being willing to let things go. Nothing stays the same, but just because things shift, it doesn't mean it has to shift from high to low. It can just be a different high, right? But we've got to get really intentional about the life that we're choosing to create. We don't just choose some of the things, we choose everything. Everything, whether it's a conscious choice or whether it's an unconscious choice, we're still choosing it. And everything that's happening to us is actually a response to something we've chosen. So Spirit is saying to get really intentional, be really aware of your words, your thoughts, the words you speak, of what you write, of how you behave, be really aware. And also understanding that what you put out, you're going to receive. You're a magnet. Like attracts like. Okay, would you like me to say that? So if you're being a shitty person, excuse the language for those of you that are sensitive, you're going to get shitty back. If you're being a great person, you're going to get great back. So Spirit is saying be mindful on what you're putting out, because that is what you'll receive. Okay, now we also got Dana, High Priestess. And it says, you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teachings. Here we go with knowing your worth, knowing your value, getting in touch with your passion, getting in touch with your purpose, right? It's time. This has been coming up. It's time. It's time. Look at that. High Priestess, using your intuition, using your ancient wisdom that's traveled with you through lifetimes, that's embedded in your cellular memory, using all the things you've learned in this life, whether it's experiences, whether it's schooling, whether it's books or shows or whatever, using it to help others. To help others. There is literally a shift upon us, and we're being called to stand up and be the lighthouses that we are, so that those that are lost at sea, the sea of darkness, the sea of despair, the sea of sadness, they can find their way home. But if we're standing tall as these lighthouses, but the lights are off, what good is it? Right? What good is it? It's like having a store with all this incredible merchandise. The doors are locked, the curtains are closed, the open sign is off. It serves no purpose. So Spirit is saying now is the time for you to begin serving. Doesn't matter how you serve as long as you begin, right? And when you get guided to serve on a higher level, don't be afraid. Do it. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know right then and there what comes next. The only thing you have to do is step. Just put that left foot forward, and then Spirit will lift the right one and put that one forward. You guys will work as a team, but you got to first make that step, okay? So when you receive that guidance to elevate, to expand, to do more, don't fear, just do it. Trust, surrender, and take action. Let's see what you all are saying. A lot that said, I asked a question about knowing our purpose before you pulled this card. Oh, that's so awesome. Slime Snail said, love. Now, I know your name is not Slime Snail. So what is your actual name? I don't know if you're a part of the United Light Beings Awakening group on Facebook or not, or if we've just connected through YouTube. But what's your name? A lot that said, I agree. There is a shift. Rachel said 1111. A lot that said, Slime Snail. I love that name. Slime Snail said, there is a shift. We must start embracing our healthy minds and bodies. Yes, thank you. Hey, Hannah. I had no idea that was you. So some of you may have seen the pictures that I had before this go round with the vibrant hair. Those pictures were taken by Hannah. She is in Washington State. She is an awesome photographer. She does like nature shots and people shots, and she's incredible. She's also a sister in light in my local community. So welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. And so let's see, our next card is Sacred Pool. And look at that. We keep getting 11, you guys. When we started, it was 1 minute, 11 seconds when I noticed. And at the time, there were 11 people on. Rachel posted 1111. Diamond posted 111. So Spirit is telling us, even if you know what this number means, and even if you've looked it up, my foot went to sleep. Even if you've looked it up before, Spirit is saying, look it up again. There is definitely a message for you within that number. Sacred Pool. What's the message there? So what I just heard was swim in the sea of infinite possibilities. And then as I was hearing that, I also heard and paying attention to water. allowing water to be your teacher on how to flow. Like, really just think about water. Water is so amazing. Water is just incredible, right? You can pour water in a cup and it takes on the shape of the cup. You can pour it in that candle over there and it takes on the shape of that. You know, water is just effortless with its movement, has no worries. You know, you can step into water and water is able to adjust around your feet. You know what I mean? Water provides you with life. It's just amazing what water does, right? And it's no wonder that we're made of mostly water. So, what Spirit is saying is, number one, swim in that sea of infinite possibilities, knowing that everything is possible if you believe. And I feel like a Disney movie saying that everything is possible if only you believe. And now here's my magic wand. I tap you on the forehead and then glitter falls on both of us. But it's true. Everything is possible if you believe. So Spirit is telling you to get out of that swamp, you know, that thinking that when's that other shoe gonna drop? What could go wrong? And just understand your power and tap into it and use it. Use it. I can't stress enough. Spirit is saying, use it, utilize your power. But in order for you to utilize your power, you got to be healthy, mind, body, soul. That's the only way, you know, that's the only way. And it's not just about getting healthy, it's about staying healthy, right? Because it's all about maintenance. If you do something once, think about your car. What if you never put gas in it, or you never got an oil change or did any of the maintenance? It's going to stop working. And we're no different. So Spirit is saying swim in the pool of infinite possibilities and also get and stay healthy. Now, as I'm saying that, I was thinking about this the other day about Meatless May. I've been vegan, I believe it's been 3 years now, if I'm remembering correctly. It's funny, huh? I don't even know how long I've been vegan. But for me, what I'm choosing to do during Meatless May is to incorporate less junk and more really healthy foods, more fruits, vegetables, grains, you know, beans. I'm choosing to really shift what I eat, you know, making my own meat substitutes instead of buying, you know, processed ones. So that's what I'm going to do during Meatless May, because Spirit is really saying that in order for us to be prepared and ready to take on what's coming, it's important for us to just be totally balanced, totally healthy, and to be elevating as high as we possibly can. So let's see what you all are saying. Victoria said, reflection, sacred pool is beautiful. Jillian said, the water is our glue. Without it, we are dust. Awesome. I love that. Victoria said, I'm never going to be able to think that phrase in my own voice again. I know, right? That's how it felt. It was like, everything is possible. So let's see. What's our next card? Exercise is key. Okay, Spirit. Now Spirit done told us to change our eating. Now Spirit's telling us to exercise too. I'm kidding. I've started moving a bit. You know, I was really big on my yoga class before this surgery that I had last May. You know, some of you know I had cervical disc replacement, and then it got reversed to cervical fusion. And after that surgery, there was so much that I couldn't do, certain things that still create a lot of pain. But I figured out some things with the help of my physical therapist that I can do. And so I've been doing that lately. So Spirit is telling us to exercise. Spirit is telling us, you guys see that? The angels has dumbbells. But it says, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for motivating me and guiding me to an exercise program that fits my schedule, interest, and budget. So here's the thing. One of the reasons, outside of the obvious, you know, getting summertime fine and great health, you know, one of the reasons why exercise is so key for empaths, psychics, mediums, and spiritualists is because it helps to keep us grounded. So after we've been connected to the divine and delivering messages or whatever you do by way of your spirituality or being an empath, movement helps to ground you. So we're being called to get healthy, mind, body, spirit. And good health is what's in our thoughts, what's in our bodies, what's in our spirit, but it's also about moving this meat suit that we're, you know, inhabiting right now. So let's commit. Let's commit. Even if you walk in place for 15 minutes a day, it can be small. It doesn't have to be this grand, I'm going to be a bodybuilder now. as long as you're moving. Okay. We also got consult a nutritionist. And it says, Dear Archangel Raphael, I turn my eating over to you and ask you to guide me to foods and beverages that taste good, are filling, and support my ideal health and weight. Meatless May, y'all. Diamond couldn't have thought of a better name, right, for this challenge, Meatless May. Now, I'm pretty sure that if you go all of May without meat, and when you see how good you feel, we're going to have a whole lot of people that are permanently vegan. Let's see what you all are saying. Victoria said, ha. Oh, okay, I read that. Natalie said, I didn't go to the gym today. Shake my head. I have gone every day so far. Just so tired. Needed a break. And you know what? Oftentimes what I find when we're reaching another level of elevating is you will find yourself being really, really tired, really fatigued. And that's because, Spirit is forcing you to rest so that you can prepare for the next step. And I know that you do a lot of things on your own, but you're also in the Grow Your Soul's Purpose into Your Soul Income course. So just with module 1 alone, you're elevating, right? So when your body feels tired, you're doing the best thing for you. You're listening. Your body is your internal GPS. And it's not just about, the spiritual aspect of our guide speaking or showing us things, it's also your body is going to guide you towards what's serving your highest good. Another thing as well, when we are eating things, one of the things I'm big on is allowing myself to have the things I crave. Why? Because our body knows best. And so if I'm craving something, there's something in that food that my body is lacking. That's why oftentimes if we ignore those cravings, then we end up eating like a house. We end up eating up a house, we end up eating a whole lot until we get that thing. That craving doesn't go away until we allow ourselves to have it. And if you think about people that are really thin and fit, outside of exercising, those people were like, how can you eat everything and still be so thin? It's because they intuitively eat. And that's just allowing your body to guide you on what serves you at that time, right? So moderation is key. Restriction is not always, always the best thing unless you're restricting yourself from meat. But other than that, allowing yourself to have what you're craving is really key. Let's see. Hannah said, eating healthy, exercising are the first steps towards enlightenment. Yes, yes, yes. Abel, is it Abel? Hi, welcome. The meat suit is demanding. It is, but you know what? Here's the thing. Before the 2018 Activating You retreat, Spirit told me to fast, right? To do a cleanse. Now, I have been feeling like it, but Spirit used our sister Ruby to give me a message. And she's like, Spirit said for you to go on a 7-day cleanse. And I was like, okay, because I was kind of feeling it too, but okay. I usually never get past breakfast, by lunchtime or a little before I'm eating. But surprisingly, I did it. And I know why. It's because when Spirit tells me to do something, then I'm committed, right? But what I did was I made sure I was filling my body with liquids before I even had an opportunity to feel hungry, or think about food, right? And so really, we just got to psych ourselves out, because although the meat suit is demanding, our minds are a lot more powerful than the demands that this meat suit makes. And then when your soul is in it, when Spirit's guiding you, it makes it so much easier when you commit to doing what Spirit guides you to do. Yes, yes. And Abel said craving can be something due to old habit. Discernment is useful. So true. So true. Natalie said, thank you, Slime Snail. And Nahkila, yes, yes. I needed all of that message. You always come through. And I'm just going to cancel delete the need for you, because it just serves your highest good. Don't claim that need. Don't claim it. Don't claim it. Release the need. So the universe doesn't respond with more need for you. Naya said yes, and you're so welcome. Thank you for being here. Naya said yes, and not all thin people are healthy. Not all heavy people are unhealthy. This is so true. I don't know who, actually I do. I was in a session yesterday and I was saying how with my children, I always called them my perfect number 10 because my oldest son, Asim, is tall and thin. And then my younger son, Samaj, he's round, and he's shorter than his brother. He actually might be taller than his brother now. But anyways, when they stood together, they looked like a number 10 to me. And so one of the things that I'm always doing with Samaj is encouraging him to be healthy, not focusing on his weight, because I don't really care what size he is. If he's happy, I'm happy. But just being healthy. And I always tell him, your brother's thin, but he's super unhealthy because he'll eat pizza 7 days a week or eat junk. You know what I mean? That's not healthy. So it's so true. It's really not about the outward appearance. It's more about the vibration. It's more about the health. The outward appearance is not important at all. This right here dies, but how we treat it is what helps us on our spiritual journey. Nina said, craving a good drink. Okay, this is kind of off topic, but if you are craving a good drink, there is a restaurant in Tacoma called El Barachas, and they make these lemon lime drinks. Oh my goodness. Ask for a little extra agave though. They don't have alcohol in them, but they are my mouth is watering just thinking about it. I also get salt around the rim, which I know isn't the healthiest. They are so good. And when Phil is there, he makes them the best. So good. Let's see. Abel said, yeah, mind is more powerful, but spirit, soul, consciousness is something else altogether. So true. So true. So I am going to pull one more card. Which deck? Okay. One more card. Whoa. These both came flying out. Okay. And Spirit just told me to read from the book from this. And what's so funny? This was the only deck where the book was on top. And so now I see why. Usually I put the book, under the cards, but this deck, it was on top. So we got 5 of Scrolls, diversity. And we got 4 of Scrolls, the karmic trench. So I'm going to go ahead and read them in order. And look at that. Okay, so what it says is, in a field meant to be planted, a man dirty from his efforts stands knee-deep inside a long trench. The seeds wait to be planted, yet he continues to dig deeper and deeper. There are other rows plowed and ready for planting, but they are ignored. This card reveals a difficult pattern in your life, a pattern of self-defeating feelings, thoughts, and actions that you've brought forward from previous incarnations. You return to this life with the intention of breaking this karmic pattern, but you got pulled into the old thoughts and behaviors. You've been digging yourself deeper into a karmic trench, and that gets harder and harder to escape. This pattern is not unknown to you. You recognize it in your relationships, in your jobs, and certainly in your beliefs, behaviors, and responses. It's time to take charge of your karma by altering the inner ideas, feelings, and patterns that cause you to make sabotaging choices. Every time you notice yourself making an old choice that digs you deeper into your karmic trends, you can change your mind and your actions. This will require your conscious effort every step of the way. Without such work, you could go lifetimes burying yourself in the same feelings. But with your commitment to making changes every day, you can dig yourself out. So this is so beautiful because it's so in alignment with what we were speaking of earlier. And also those contracts that I was telling you, Jillian suggested that I rid myself of, and sharing with you how to do that. This is confirmation. It'd be a good idea to rid yourself of those contracts that aren't serving you anymore. So the Akashic force is, take a moment to remember an old negative pattern that you know all too well, one that has kept you stuck. Close your eyes and breathe in the presence and power of your higher self. You become stronger. You are filled with the will to step out of the mud, and you do now and every time you fall into this pattern again. So even when you find yourself doing, this old pattern that you've been doing that's keeping you stuck, just do that quick visualization. When you're consciously aware, and set the intention, call on your guide, your spirit team, to make you aware when you're doing these things. We got to learn how to check ourselves. You know what I mean? We have to learn how to evaluate self, because without self-evaluation, we're oblivious to what we're doing that's not serving us. And hearing it from someone else just isn't the same as hearing it from self, whether it's your higher self or whether it's this meat suit self, right? So do that exercise. Now let's see what the Five of Scrolls is saying. It says diversity. A woman stands on a veranda overlooking a beautiful valley dotted with little towns on the hills and along the river. Scrolls that she has read lie upon a nearby table. Another scroll is held loosely in her hand, while the woman surveys all that she sees. With this card, you'll find that it's time to diversify. There are many options for you to consider, and you should take a look at them all. Allow yourself to try new things on, go to new places, learn new subjects, break out into different directions, and meet new people too. Don't worry about scattering energy too thin. You're in a period of expansion, so use it. Let yourself go further afield than you planned. In the end, you will diversify in ways that introduce you to a whole new you. So Spirit is confirming once again, remember we talked about when you're being guided to elevate to the next level, not being afraid, right? And for some of us, empathic, psychics, mediums, spiritual people, public relations is not always our favorite thing. You know, I always say I'm such a hardcore introvert that loves doing extroverted work, right? So public stuff is not always my thing. However, Spirit has been pushing me. Like, you got to get out there. You can't serve behind a computer screen or in front of one. You can't serve from the living room all the time. So Spirit is going to push us to expand, and it's up to us to say yes. But you're being called to expand. It's time. So the Akashic force for this card is your life has turned into a smorgasbord of opportunities. Close your eyes and imagine an array of all the many different things that interest you. Give yourself permission to try them. Don't try them, just do them. How can you do that in the coming weeks? Okay, so here's another thing I'd like to share with you guys. Every time you use your key to unlock your front door, feel as though you are unlocking and opening the door to a new opportunity that serves your highest good. Every time, every single time you enter your home, right? Because some of us, we don't use keys to get in our car. If you use keys to get in your car, do it then too. Whenever you use the key to open a door, just allow yourself to feel excited. Like, I am literally unlocking a door of opportunity. And when you step in, feel as though you have stepped into this opportunity that serves your highest good. By doing this, what you're doing is you're rewiring your unconscious mind to get used to having opportunities available to you, and opportunities that you are empowered to reveal, empowered to unlock, empowered to open. Okay. So let's see what you all are saying before we close out our Empower Hour today. Let's see. Let's see. Alatha said, wow, this card is really speaking to me. Abel said, let it sink in. Alatha said, I swear I just had this conversation yesterday about my faith, my 7-year lifespan, and so on. Abel said, that's awesome, Alatha. Synchronicities. Alatha said, I have been calling on my guides daily, asking to be directed on the right path and to keep me strong on my journey. Awesome. Alatha said, yes, Abel, have been seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 daily for 4 weeks, 411, 1, 2, 3, 4, divine order. Everything is as it is called to be. Alatha said, I just received a text that my car is ready. I'm not leaving this live. I know there's another message for Abel said, your angels are working full time. It seems Alatha. Alatha said, yes, yes, yes. So we have, let's see, Naya said, thank you, Nahkila. You're so welcome. Thank you, Naya. So yeah, we've gotten some pretty powerful messages. So we've got potential, renewal, dependability. We also got the message of not holding on too tight, high priestess, sacred pool, Exercise is key. Consult a nutritionist. And then we just got those 2 lovely messages that tie it all up. And let's see, the T today says make tea, not war. Okay, make tea, not war. So that is the message for today's Wednesday Live. Thank you all so very much for joining me. I truly appreciate you. If this video resonated with you at all, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if it resonated with you, go ahead and copy the link and share it with your community on Facebook and whatever other social media channels you're on. Let's spread the message that Spirit has delivered to us today and let everyone take part in it. Also, if you are interested in attending the 2020 Activating You Retreat, there's 5 spots left. So be sure to reach out so we can get you enrolled so that you are one of the 5 left that's able to attend, okay? Thank you so much. I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance, and I'll talk to you soon.